testing. Okay, we've seen... Well, everything seems to be working. I don't believe it. No, I'm not following Elon Musk. I don't care how many times you ask me to, Twitter. It's not happening. Yeah, good job, Isaac. Where'd you do that? You silenced them all. Yeah? Can you hear the music now? I'm getting... Markiplier dropped the Iron Lung trailer. I'll have to check that out later.
Like, I feel like she's my younger sister. I'm like, Rise, what did you do?
I'm in an anime!
What did you do?
Whenever.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end early here because I'm also feeling a little bit sick at the moment. For
I'm
this
so
month, I've
sorry.
been a little sick.
Oh no, she's literally talking about how she's sick. She's talking about how sick she is.
Keep your mouth open. I'm almost done.
Whenever, call you Wuggy.
God, man. Wait, I still locked her? Oh no! Wait, she's gonna ban me! Just ban me, just do it, just ban me, don't even talk! Just ban me! Just ban me, just ban me, just ban me, just stop letting me suffer! She ended stream!
Alright, let's drop GTA 6 Trailer 3.
I deleted the entire game.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
What do you mean? We have our private repo?
I accidentally deleted that too.
How do you accidentally delete the entire game's development?
Listen, I don't appreciate the attitude, especially with all that's going on with this company with the union protests and all.
This is a joke. This is a joke.
I think this is a great learning exercise for all of us.
Us? Exercise? You deleted all of Grand Theft Auto 6?
Well, when you put it like that, it almost sounds bad.
Tell me you're joking.
No, this isn't a joke. I accidentally deleted it.
You're telling me no one in this office has a copy of the files?
No, I actually went around to every computer and deleted it. It was a one-time thing. It could have happened to anyone.
No, it couldn't have.
The Lord gives me his toughest battles.
Brad, you've caused an economic collapse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse? Tell me, Brad, what worse scenario is there than Rockstar deleting their most anticipated entertainment product in the history of the world?
Okay, you got me there.
Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?
We create the game the new trailer using AI. It's the only way.
No, that's the only way. Give me 6 months, maybe more. You want me to delay the game again?
You want to be the one that tells the world that GTA 6 got deleted? $6 months.
Hi, I'm Jean Kelly of Kelly Law Associates, and I'm here to tell you that I can get you off. I can legally get shit. Car accidents, tax evasion, minor genocide, it's all the same to me. Some might look at a man and see a husband who brutally murdered his wife and then kept her body in the trunk of his car for 3 weeks. But I see a man who just didn't know how to play tennis right and accidentally hit his wife with the tennis racket 36 times, and to keep her body warm, put her in the back of his Camry.
Jesus.
Public masturbation? More like government exacerbation. I graduated top of my class at the University of Phoenix. Kind of.
We could do rock, paper, scissors instead if tug of war is too complicated for you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Alright, on go.
Wait.
Go.
Okay.
Rock.
Paper.
Let's do best of 3. That was just the warm-up.
Okay.
Rock.
Paper.
Paper.
Scissors?
Beetle, I'm going to need some help.
I can help you. There's
Can't
nothing
help
I can do here. I don't think this is the best choice of game.
Yeah.
Here, we
I
have
don't think
enough time
so.
for
I
it.
think there's.
Have you heard the good word? Trump's gonna get it done. He'll release the Epstein files on day 1. The lambs will cry when those names are exposed. Trump's gonna see that justice is imposed. What's that? Oh no, he needs a few months. He wants a case airtight, no bumps. His AG pound Bundy says files on her desk, and Magna's got binders they can't attest. He's releasing the files to catch all the pedophiles. Never met Epstein or touched anything. She's draining the swamp with Epstein's name off screen.
All right, settle down, everybody. Your Honor, look at my client. Now close your eyes and imagine that my client is not a woman but a man, and black, and named Barack Obama.
Your Honor.
And imagine that this arresting officer is a dog, Your Honor. Well, Your Honor, this dog bit my client.
Mr. Worst.
Your Honor, I'm only trying my best.
We need to stop talking about Julia's tight little body when she's not present. It feels bad. It feels wrong. Her tight little body will be yours eventually.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I forgot to launch VTube Studio. I hate it so much. Hold on, chat. Everything else was perfect. Everything else was literally perfect. Except for freaking this bull honky. What's up, guys? Cayman, how's it going? Hello, everybody. Welcome to this fine, fabulous, fantastic Friday. Let us go through all the people who've been chatting. Say hi to them. Which would be McSkittles, Francis, Carmenaro, Hime, Isaac 13D. I already said McSkittles, nice try. My own brain, Jody G198, Cayman, Purple Compile, Francis Karma, who I think I already said earlier, but it's fine. I hope everybody's doing good today. We have a few things to be talking about today, not just watching, but actually talking about. I'm doing well. I'm doing very well, actually. I got a new pillow, and honestly, it's amazing. K the Loft Soul, how's it going? But yes, this pillow is like, seriously, it's the, like, I didn't realize I just needed a better pillow, because I have not been sleeping well until this pillow. Or not sleeping as well as I thought I was. It's weirdness, don't worry about it. So, for those who follow my Twitter, or my X account, or whatever the hell you want to call it, you might know that I mentioned a few days ago, let me actually bring it up here, because I don't post a ton on Twitter, so it should be pretty easy to bring up. Okay. Oh, Cat just comes in here screaming. Speaking of, I need to... Cat, you need to calm down. Dude, seriously, dude. Stop it. You're fine. You have food, you have water. You're everything... Oh my god. I swear to god, I have the most, like, forlorn, depressed cat on the planet, but he cannot articulate. What is wrong with him? He'll walk in and he'll whine at you. And then he'll be done. Alright, there we go. I had to plug in my on-air sign so people know that I am streaming. Oh, the post-it sound of that's funny. Okay, there's that, the moderator. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay, so I think I can just do this. Oh, wait a minute. You get that Helsing body pillow? No, not yet. Actually, you know what? That would be an amazing thing to get on Throne. Honestly. But here we go. What is this? Does that mean protected? What's that? hold on, I had to check something. Yeah, okay. Detective mode. Okay, so a few days ago, on December 1st actually, I posted this. Just turned out YouTube is even ignoring legal rulings against them to have your YouTube channel restored. And then it links to that, and I said I'm planning on going over this dude's story on stream or maybe in a video. It's gonna just be on stream. It's not quite worth it to even go through it in its own video. That's kind of how disappointing this ended up being. So with that being said, let me go over to his post just real quick. Here we go. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be the only one I'm going to actually watch. I'm going to get the text here a little bit bigger so you guys can see it properly. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So I'm not sure who this person is. Oleg Chase Car. I don't know who that is. But I did what 99% of creators think is impossible. I legally defeated YouTube. Many of you may actually see, may have actually seen this post, and a lot of people like going around and stuff, and showing this video and going, oh my god, this is a big problem. YouTube's being so, okay, well, let's just calm down. Let's read what's actually going on. Because what he's typing out here is his spin, okay? What he's presented here is what we'll actually read, but we'll check that out in a second. So, hello, Nerdy Texan Accountant. So he claims, I did what 99% of creators think is impossible. I legally defeated YouTube. How does YouTube react? They're pretending it never happened. Let me tell you a story that proves the system is designed to crush creators even when you win a legal case and the law is on your side. In June of 2024, my channel Chase Car, 20,000 subs, gets demonetized for reuse content. I appeal. A human reviewer checks everything, my editing timeline, voiceovers, and scripts. They email me, this is original content, you follow all the guidelines. Monetization restored, I'm relieved, a human verified me, I'm safe now. Okay, I will. He's kind of like working in the garage right now. But I will give my pet God Jesus. Okay, Mushmouth stroke reset. I will give my cat pets for you because he decided to lay like aggressively on my lap, and he's just like demanding pets right now. So I'm petting him. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. There, Nerdy Texan Accountant. Yay, 4 months. If I make it to 12 months membership, do I get a cookie? 24 and a half months a cookie, yeah. Howdy, howdy. How's it going, Cole? Alright, so. November. Okay, so June. Okay, so just a few months later, in November of 2024, I wake up to find my entire channel terminated. Same content, same videos, different result, reason, spam, deceptive practices, and scam policies. Wait, what? A human just cleared me months ago? No, this happened. We've actually covered this happening before, but on a much faster timeline than a few months later. A human just cleared me months ago. Since I was verified by a YouTube employee, I knew my content was fine. I was creating EV news / car review videos that the YouTube team had already accepted. Yet the AI bot didn't care this time. I appeal instant rejection from the AI bot. Most creators give up here, but as a European Union citizen, okay. So, well, let's see. You're talking about jurisdiction now, and maybe this is a legal ruling of some kind, but if it's limited to, you know, the European Union, then like its enforceability is probably extremely limited. Which means that you didn't win a legal case here. Let's find out, though. Let's find out here. I have the opportunity to defend myself as a creator using European Union law. I filed a formal case with, Adriot, or ADROYT, I'm not sure how you would say that. an official European Union certified dispute body. Okay. March 2025, the case was filed. July 23rd, 2025, the decision arrives, which is attached, and we'll check that out. The verdict complaint is upheld. YouTube's termination was not rightful. YouTube failed to specify violating content, and my channel should be reinstated. What words are important? We'll see what's going on. An independent legal body ruled YouTube was wrong. The best part, YouTube defended itself during the process, but could not show what I had violated. I won. Here's where it gets terrifying. Okay, well, calm down with the hyperbolic language. My channel is still terminated. I've been emailing YouTube's legal team for 4 months, bot replies, and complete silence. I never gave up. I fought fairly for my rights as a creator using the tools I had, and I won fair and square, yet they're acting like it never happened and the decision doesn't exist. Think about that for a moment. Even when you follow every rule, have YouTube and Play confirm that your content follows the policies when an official... Well, we're gonna see how official and legal this case is. Have a documented decision that your channel should be reinstated. YouTube's AI system just ignores you, and contact any human is impossible. If they can do this to me after I won, what chance does any creator have? Okay, stop. Like, this language is so... If they're coming after me, what's stopping you from getting come after? Stop it, stop it, stop it. This is so performative. I'm not giving up. I'm finally complete with the Irish regulator. Okay. To force YouTube to honor the decision. But I may need your help. Retweet this and tweet this. Tag, no. Okay, well, let's see here. Happy to share the YouTube party appeal was successful. Okay, this is about... Okay. And then this is a regular decision. This is a decision from a regulatory body. It has no real legal weight. Not here in America. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure that... Yeah, like, okay. This is what I was a little worried about. In its capacity as an out-of-court dispute settlement body under... It literally says out of court. It says out of... It. Wait, can I zoom in? It doesn't want me to zoom in. Hold on. Let me try something here. In its capacity as an out-of-court dispute settlement body. That's a very important, okay, here we go. We got a much better. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Oh, it even fucking says right here, OOC, out-of-court settlement. Jesus Christ, okay. So, this has no real jurisdiction, this has no enforceable power, it even mentions it right here in its first fucking article. I mean, in its first paragraph. In its capacity as an out-of-court dispute settlement body, under Article 21 of the Digital Services Act, our ADROT, I don't know, well, based on the statement submitted by the parties held that this doesn't matter. This really just doesn't matter because it's an out-of-court regulatory body. It's not it's in the jurisdiction of Ireland. You know, I love Ireland. I'm from there, but you can't fucking like you can't use this. Yeah, they're not doing it. And also, I noticed, by the way, that this is page 1 of 6, and I would love to see those other 5 pages. So our conclusion here is, you know, I feel for the guy. I do feel he should get his account back, but he is misconstruing the information he's presented. This is not an in-court statement. This didn't happen. In court, it specifically was an out-of-court settlement body. So very strange. That being said, we can get into our actual React content now. First up, and then hello GP Ravenfire, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing good. This isn't messed up, right? Yeah, okay. Let us do this real quick, though. Bada bing, bada boom. Enjoy those gifties. Yeah, and if people notice, I have changed the membership tier that it gets purchased when you gift memberships. It's now $1 gifted membership, making it much easier for people to unlock membership content. But oh my god, I fucking pulled Raging Bull. Thank you for the 10 gifted members. Okay, so I pulled Raging Bull. That's so funny. Okay, let's say welcome to all these people. Cole Grogar, a Raging Bull 200, Strata, Hoshirio, Mission Silo, Jason M, Harquin, Malfeasant Anogam, Jack Riley D, Mr. Betsu, Devastator, Kangrid 12, Mission Silo, Michael Nilsson, 5419, and Backlog Gamer. Welcome to Thane. That being said, we're gonna get right on into it with Make America Breed Again, a fast facts video by Legal Mindset. I believe this is covering I think he's covering like I know Japan does some kind of I think it's called a K1 visa, but it could pretty much be surmised or summarized as a breeding visa. We're gonna let the base department Legal Mindset actually cover it, you know, with an open mind. It is a little dirty, but you know, we're gonna react to it. Oh, Andrew. Yeah, I don't
Make Americans breed again. Today we're going to talk about an American breeding visa that can fix the birth rate crisis and bring things back from the brink in America and solve also many of the issues that are plaguing the country. Of course, it's a Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living over here in Asia, and I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. This is, of course, the Fast Facts version, which is the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. If you like this, make sure you like the video and comment below. So let's get into the breeding visa. I have a PowerPoint for you guys to enjoy here. Make Americans breed again. Okay, what's the problem? The problem in America, no babies. No babies. It's a societal problem. It's a problem that is not just America. It's many developing countries. It's many other countries that have very, very similar problems where their birth rates are dropping fast. And this is a chronic problem for any country, because when you have this, you're going to have problems in the future with your economy, with your society. It is a massive, massive risk. So the question is, how do you turn this around? And we're looking for solutions to turn this around and make Americans have families again. So solution, right? And there's a male and female solution here, right? Big for the ladies and for the men. Well, there's
okay. This is amazing, Jesus Christ. All right, Andrew, what you got going on? I guess we're gonna go back a bit here so we can see this graph. But yeah, I guess birth rates are way the fuck down. Look at this. I mean, that's in recent history, since at least 1980, we've never had birth rates this low. So it's been decades, and it's been, I mean, we had a weird, I guess we had kind of like a baby boom in, when I was like a little kid, early 2000s, but it's just been plummeting since then. Interesting. Birth rates are drawn, but it's relative to child mortality. That's true.
Massive, massive risk. So the question is, how do you turn this around? And we're looking for solutions to turn this around and make Americans have families again. So solution, right? And there's a male and female solution here, right? Big for the ladies and for the men. Well, there's a lot of very attractive foreign men and women, and there are American women and American men that would love to go and have, well, some breeding opportunities opened up to them here today. So we've got, you know, whether you're interested.
Mission Silo, thank you for the 5. Let me see what you said here. The current breeding visa is called paying an American to marry you for immigration reasons. Well, no, that's called immigration fraud. If that's all you're doing it for, and if you're not making a family, you know, it's not geared towards that. I'm not quite sure. I need an Elfpire to naturalize me. Oh my god, guys. Jesus Christ. Do you know how many clips I'm gonna have to send to Andrew of Chet just being absolutely freaking wild?
And any flavor of dude, we've got that here. Same for the guys. We've got, we've got the Latin flavor, we've got Eastern Europe, we've got Asia, a lot of places that you can go to explore these new possible breeding opportunities. Now, before you think this is crazy, you're like, Andrew, this is absolutely nuts, right? This is wild. Well, no, Japan is already doing this. Japan already has a visa for future creation of an individual. Doesn't that sound lovely? Doesn't that sound cute? Future creation of an individual. A spouse or...
The future creation of an individual. Future creation individual at the age of 18 years or older. Okay, that's good. Who satisfies the following conditions: wish to participate in job hunting, entrepreneurial activity, or other. I can't really read that. Activity for 2 years in Japan. Okay. Oh, so okay, I think I see what's going on. I think I see what's happening. Shayojo, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Francis Karma, you might be right, but you're out of line. Mission Silo. Well, I did say that what America currently has, I did say it was a good idea. Make migration fraud illegal again. Okay. Let's continue, guys. Jesus Christ, everyone's all frisky. Thank you for the 2. Load up a new Mayflower, boys. It's visa time. My god. Retarded. Wouldn't a breeding visa only be a temporary solution, though? If I remember correctly, there's a trend with countries' birth rate decreasing, lowering when they become more westernized, modern/cooked. Well, that's kind of like the hallmark of the fall or decline of society. Any society, even Eastern societies and stuff like that, is the decline of the birth rate. It happened to Rome. I'm sure it happened to feudal rulings in Asia and stuff like that. It happened in Greek. And I'm sure it happened in Pompeii before they got blown up by a volcano. But yeah, no, typically speaking, a decline in birth rate is not a good sign for a society that wants to be in a perpetual state of advancement. Yeah, look, I'm kind of like, look, JP Ravenfire is exactly in my mind right now. Not sure I even want children. I mean, I do, but the way things are, shit is fucking crazy. You know, I don't want to give birth to, soldiers in an apocalypse war. Because that's where we're
child of a future creation individual. So they're already doing this up to 2 years. You're allowed to come to Japan. You're allowed to go there. And you're supposed to be at the same time job hunting, looking for some sort of entrepreneurial job or engaging in some sort of other activity, right? So you're doing something. You're not doing nothing there. You're not idle. You're not homeless, etc. Right? And you have to have certain level of education, right? And you have to be able to support yourself. There has to be money to support them. Now, Japan's program is not perfect. Japan's program does have its flaws. And America, like with California rules, can do everything better. We're taking over their version. We're making it better. And Japan, once again, very advanced country, does a lot of things right, but America can do it better. So let's tell you how I would plan on doing this. And by the way, Americans want this.
Okay. Americans want this? What? I mean, he's probably not wrong. Jesus
seen
Christ.
with Asmongold over here, right? Thirsty for Gran. We've seen this with people thirsty for the Korean male celebs over here. So the American thirst is real, 100%. This is absolutely something that Americans are clamoring for. So here's the requirements. Here's my plan. Once again, this is the legal mindset breeding visa. I'm doing not as an April Fool's joke. This is a very real thing and will very much fix this. I've gone through these
proposal. Okay, so he is presented fucking people yelling outside my room. And literally, very loud. Okay, well, Jesus, these headphones are not noise canceling. Anyway, he has done, by the way, perfect freeze frame. Look at this. Amazing pause frame. Mine's hit mating press pass. A mating press pass. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh my god, Chad. But he has shown us an instance in which just such a visa exists that's in Japan, and this is his proposal for one for the United States. I gotcha.
Criteria. And as somebody who's lived abroad, who's dealt with dozens and dozens and dozens of different visa applications and visa types, this is something that's very much in my experience, my personal experience of having to deal with visas. These requirements will 100% work. The admins can pretty much copy paste these and they will work off the base. So let's just go over here and say, okay, what are the eligible countries? Well, countries which do not pose a security risk. So, hello, CIA. How about you wake up, you stop, doing crazy stuff, woke stuff, you stop MK Ultraing people, and, you go and you actually collect facts on countries. So you go and say which are posing security risks, which are not. So obviously we don't want anywhere where people are at danger or
Look, first of all, Artade, you have to realize that bunkers have rooms inside them. So, just because I said there's somebody yelling outside of my room doesn't mean it's just not another bunker mate as we all wait out Santa Claus and his demon time.
in traffic. So that's the second one. These countries do not engage in trafficking. Human trafficking is an absolute evil, and anyone caught engaging in human trafficking should be jailed and thrown away for a very, very, very long time. Sure. Human trafficking is absolutely evil. So these things should be shut down right away. Next, this is for the breeding applicants. So we only need fit people in the country. We do not need overweight people. One of the problems in America is, and I just came back, is people are still overweight. A lot of people are still overweight. That's not okay. We need a health and fitness test, a low BMI. Now, I know some people are going to say, this is just to get in attractive people. Well, these things tend to be correlated, right? Attractiveness tends to be correlated with better fitness, better health. So yes, you've got to get fit. You've got to get in shape. If you're not in shape, it's not going to work.
Americans want this. Legal mindset for president 2028. Would he be? I mean, you got to be at least 35 to run for president. I don't know how old he is.
You have to have a standard education. I'm saying at least high school. By high school, you've learned a lot of the important things for your life. You've learned the basic skills. You've learned math. You've got English. You've got science. You've got all the bedrock that you need to go forward. There isn't really anything that is necessary in university or can't be dealt with by technical training or apprenticeship. And there's a lot of Americans that don't want to go to university now because it's essentially propaganda, and they want to go work, or they want to do something like cybersecurity. With my friend Ryan's cybersecurity course at Elevate Cyber, I'll put a link to that in the description below. With that, people are not wanting to go to actual university. They're wanting to go into some sort of training. They're wanting to go to work, and that's fine. Let's let them do that, and let's let them go outside and find people who are also very similar to them and have the same similar levels. Maybe they've gone out and become YouTubers. Who knows? And the next is a verbal English fluency test. They need to be at least conversational. This is important, right? We don't want people over here that don't have verbal English. I know there's issues with people being dyslexic, and we have to consider that for writing, but your verbal skills need to be on point. You need to be able to communicate. You will not be able to have a deep, meaningful relationship with somebody, man or woman, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to have a deep, meaningful relationship unless you have English fluency and the ability to converse. That is entirely important to fall deeply in love with somebody or have a relationship that lasts. And that's what this program is about. This is not about coming in for a quick green card. This is not about any sort of exploitation. This is about finding people that are going to come over to America, create American babies, create American families, and stay with their partner. That's the important thing. Requirements for the American breeder. That's the American applicant, right? So I'm putting them in that category. So there's the foreign breeding.
Somebody to breed, I guess, is what you would say. Oh my God. How can you say you love her if you won't read her diary? This your shout out coming from a bachelor wizard. I mean, I understand. Look, he's trying to look. Visa requirements are insanely specific. Like, especially if it's a requirement for the purposes that he's talking about. I can see these are all reasonable requirements, and trust me, there are visas that are more strict in terms of what you have to know, not know. There are some visas like you have to know, more than conversational. You have to have extreme fluency in English, otherwise you can't live and work in here. And again, those are higher tiered visas, but, okay, I get it.
Applicant, then there's the American. The requirements for the American host, right? So the American host has to have sufficient income to support the breeder, at least 100K. That's necessary. And has
That's super funny because it's been determined that 100K is technically lower middle class now based on inflation rates and stuff like that. So I'm not sure 100K household would be enough to support, a wife and child and maybe multiple children, right? If the poverty line is right at around 100K at this point, is that enough?
paid for all existing dependent children. Right? So you have to have everything paid for. So if you have any children that are not fully taken care of and paid for, sorry, you can't do it. It's just not, you're not able to qualify for the program. So you have to have that sufficient money. Next, you have to have a clean criminal record. Okay? So if you have a criminal record where you're out there, you're doing bad things, whatever, not going to work. And next, you have to have traveled to the country physically to meet the breeder, to meet the person you're going to breed with and have kids with. So whether you're a man or woman, you got to go out there, you got to get on a plane, and you got to meet this person. Right? You cannot stay in America and do mail order stuff.
No,
that's exploitative. That's wrong. You're not actually in love with that person. Right? That's a scam.
No,
None of
yeah,
that.
no.
Right?
When I've been hearing about this new reporting about the 100K line, I'm like, oh my God, I am freaking more poor than like a third world country, apparently, according to these freaking financial analysts.
You got to go physically there, meet them. You got to have photos. You have to have proof that you're in love with this person. You got to show them messages. You got to show them backup. No marrying your cousin. None of this scam marriage stuff. This has to be 100% legit romantic relationship for a deeper purpose than just coming into the United States. All right. And I'm not going to limit this. We're not going to limit this for Americans because we want our Elon super babies. Right? We want our Elon super baby. So Elon, obviously, he's got more than one woman in his life, and this could work with a lady or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We can be equal opportunity. If there's a female Elon out there, that can happen too, right? But we're not limiting this to one because we want all those American super babies in America. Once again, I think most people will only do one, but hey, let's leave the option open for Americans because they're American. Protect both Americans and foreigners, male and female. Every gender, every person will be protected here, okay? So this is something that's going to protect everybody. Everybody will be safe. First of all, at any time, either party can terminate the visa. So if anybody wants out...
I'm not so sure. Look, here's the issue. At any time is an issue, right? Like, what if the female partner is brought over from overseas and, she's 8 months pregnant. And he's like, you know what? We're terminating this. I'm done. I don't want to do this after all. I want to terminate the visa. You have to go back home 8 months pregnant and no support. I don't know about this one. Also, B, within 2 years, must have at least one child together. I guess because you have that health requirement, but I know that there's like fertility issues. Some people can try for years and not get pregnant until, 3-4 years after trying. Foreign breeder may only apply for one visa per lifetime. Okay, foreign breeder must be unmarried abroad. Any form of fraud is cause for immediate deportation and possible criminal penalties. American host is not financially responsible for any foreign dependent children. Capped entry per year. Pilot then increase. In-depth interviews and security clearance for both. Some of these I'm alright with. Some of these I just see just too broad for
Out of this,
exploitation.
they can get out of this. The only thing is, hey, if you're the foreigner coming to U.S., if you terminate this, you do have to go home. You do have to leave. You do have to go home. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. It sucks, but you got to go home, right? Within 2 years, you have to have a child together. Now, I'm not saying have a marriage because I believe a marriage, and I'm a religious person, a Christian specifically, and I believe marriage is between you and God, and many people believe that as well, right? That's a very common belief. You do not necessarily need to go into the eyes of the state to have a kid, right? I get that. We're in a modern era. Things are different and things are changing. Okay. But you got to prove yourself to the country by having a child that literally gives you something, linking you to the country, a reason to stay there, and also a reason to stay with the partner. Because once again, at any time this is terminable, so you've got to stay with that partner. The foreign applicant, the foreign breeder, can only apply for one visa per lifetime.
Thank you for the 5-mission silo. Rome had legal slavery, capturing non-Roman women and making them war brides was how they grew. That's true. That is true. That is a thing that happened.
So they have to think carefully.
But part of the reason why that mission silo, because you were asking, you were like, well, what about like other societies, and older societies and birth rates and stuff? The birth rate in Rome was declining, which is why they allowed, especially their soldiers, their strongest, freaking most genetically quote-unquote superior people. Oh yeah, you can take wives on the battlefield and freaking breed as much as you can because we need soldiers, because we don't have enough soldiers. That's kind of how that happened. Hey, Elffolk, the bunker is warm and comfy. It is right now. It is indeed. I'm trying to get the freaking screen back, though. There we go.
They cannot monkey branch. They cannot go to a different person. They have to stay with the person that they applied with. This ensures this is for a true romantic purpose and not for a scam. And this needs to be heavily enforced by ICE agents. We're hiring more ICE agents. Maybe Pokemon can advertise for ICE again so they are able to get enough agents to actually enforce this. We need way more ICE agents. Foreign breeder must be unmarried abroad. So they've got to have no husband, wife, whatever they are, they got to have nobody abroad. So there's nothing abroad, and there's any form of fraud is cause for immediate deportation and possible criminal penalties. So if they're lying about a husband or lying about children, that's not going to work. The American host is not financially responsible for any foreign dependent children. So if you have any children abroad, they are not responsible for those. The foreigner has to be up to date on their stuff there. If they're hiding those from you, if they're lying to you, that could also be fraud, right? So they better disclose to you all their situation, whether they're, secretly married or whatever else. They better disclose all that stuff, right? All that stuff better come out, right? Because otherwise, they're going back to their country. Cap entry per year. So first, you're going to want a pilot program, and then you're going to want to increase it over time. You're going to want to do very in-depth interviews to make sure these people are genuinely romantically in love with each other, and make sure there's no security issues like terrorism, which is what unfortunately happened in the issue with the guardsman, Miss Beckstrom, who passed away in America very, very recently. We don't want anybody who's a terrorist coming in, male or female. So we need a very good security vetting of both of these individuals. So Trump's already signed off. I think he's got Melania here. Once again, he understands the ability to go abroad, find somebody, and get married, breed, have kids. I mean, this is something he knows about himself. So in my mind, he's already signed off. And then this is a potential money printer. We've got The Bachelor, The Bachelorette meets 90 Day Fiance. These are all wildly popular shows that make a bunch of money. Guess what? The federal government can run this, and they can make some money off of this. Instead of losing money, feds, you can actually make money and justify yourself and your existence. Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't that be good if we had this running and they were making money and it paid for the administration? The administration paid for itself. Wouldn't that be crazy? Well, we could do that. We got Big Ed over here, so we'll have that reading version, right?
Big
Absolutely
Ed
hilarious, great comedy, great stuff. It'd be fantastic. Then we've got a pilot program. I would like to nominate Asmund Golden Gran, from Five Hearts Under One Roof, the actress for Gran. If you haven't seen the love between them, absolutely adorable. I love it. So cute, so cute.
Finally got a bit of free time now, huh? Yes. Look at how tense your shoulders are. Can you help me with my stance? I think it's catcher, right? Like help her. It's catch, right? Oh God.
We got to make it happen between these two and see what happens there. I've got a special Korean lady in my life I'd think about for this, but we'll have to see whether she agrees with me. Next, guys, we've got _legal_mindset. This is my TikTok. And then we've got legal.mindset. That's my Instagram. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on this. We want to make this go viral. We want to make Baron Trump notice me, senpai. We want to make sure this thing is circulating and everyone is getting on this because this will change America. If we incentivize the breeding visa and we push this as the #1 visa, we make all the other visas take longer than this one. This is the one that America pushes. This is the one they incentivize. We can absolutely pump things up. We can get things going crazy in America, and we can make America breed again. And if you're interested in going from zero, from unemployed to a 100K, 200K career in cybersecurity, please check out the Cyber Monday sale by my good friend Ryan of Elevate Cyber, who right now is running an amazing sale that only lasts for 2 more days. And in this sale right now, which ends December 3rd, the price is going to more than double from this. You're going to get his normal course, his Cyber Accelerator, gives you live on-demand training in cybersecurity right now. They're focusing on AI. They're doing everything they can teach for the next level, for the AI future, which is where we are going, and teaching you to do that in a real-world lab environment, giving you 24/7 direct message and lifetime group chat access, having advisory calls, helping you with jobs, giving you job experience, prepping you for interviews. And this normally is going to go for $5,000. The price is going to go up, but right now he's offering it for only $2,000 for Cyber Monday and Cyber Monday alone. Once again, this is an investment in your future and an investment in a future where you can go to making 6 figures. Check it out.
There you go. Okay, well, that was the Make America Breed Again fast facts. Very interesting stuff. I do know that there is a birth rate issue in the States. And, you know, people are going to come out with, you know, proposals and attempts to fix that very real problem. You know, for some people, I imagine the idea of the breeding visa probably hit the mark. And for others, it didn't. For others, you know, maybe some people can't take it seriously. But I do understand the reason why he's proposing it, because no one's really addressing that issue in a direct way. The most recent, like, direct addressing of that issue, really, in my opinion, was the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade. I think that was a misguided attempt at addressing the birth rate issue, not realizing that wasn't going to actually help the situation at all. But I do think that, you know, it's not going to be a problem that we solve if we don't talk about how to solve it. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next one. We have here the chicken. No, not this one. Not that one. Actually, you know what? This is one Naruhime suggested. It's only 11 minutes long, so totally gonna check this one out. It's closer to 12, but this is from August the Duck, posted December 2nd, 2025. Vlog Creations, also known as Rot Creations, is a huge YouTuber who is currently under fire for a recent video in which he launched a possum into the air. Oh shit, that's actually a very good idea. Because that was one of my things. I'm like, 2 years seems a little short. But 3 years is a good compromise, and less fertility testing is encouraged at the front end. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anywho's, yeah, apparently some big YouTuber launched a fucking possum out of a cannon or something. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. I have no idea, guys. We're gonna find out right now. But this was reported to me by Naruhime. So, yeah, this is from August the Duck. Let's see what's going on. Because yeah, it doesn't sound good for Ducky.
Oh, what do we got here? A possum. You are going to Mars.
Very rarely,
Oh, no.
to the point where I honestly think this might be the first time that it's ever happened, have I had such, like, a positive preconceived notion about somebody
no.
on the internet that when I heard something negative about them, my first thought was they have to be talking about the wrong guy. As they say, though, there's a first time for everything. Today we're talking about a YouTuber that I'm sure a lot of you guys love, and what exactly we're talking about is probably going to change your thoughts on this guy in a way that will never allow them to return to what they used to be. Guys, it's really not all that common that I hear about something on the internet that leaves me just completely lost, you know, dumbfounded, you could say. I've been making YouTube videos for over 10 years. I have been on the internet since I was just a wee little lad. After a while, especially when you're consuming as much content as a hard-working YouTuber like myself does, you kind of just get used to the general bullshittery that is the average piece of content that's uploaded to the internet. However, that does not mean that nothing ever catches me off guard. And I find that happens the most with the right combination of two different things. The first of those two things being something being uploaded to the internet that is so unbelievably crass, immoral, or just polarizing that it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever that the person uploading it could think that anybody on planet Earth would enjoy watching it or not take offense to it. And the second piece to that puzzle is the person who uploaded that picture or that video or whatever upsetting thing it might be, being a well-respected, beloved content creator who has never done anything like that before. Because people upload shit to the internet all the time that they shouldn't, but when somebody who's been uploading shit that everyone has seemed to love for years, just out of the blue decides to start uploading stuff like, I don't know, mindlessly trying to kill animals for an Instagram reel, it leaves you a little bit confused. And that is exactly what we're talking about today with the popular YouTuber Vlog Creations or Ross Creations. You probably know him by both names. This is a guy who for years has been well respected on the internet, I feel like. I've literally name-dropped this guy before when talking about dog shit TikTok pranks as like an example of what a good fun prank looks like. Because all the pranks I've ever seen from him, although I will say seeing this reel that he uploaded recently makes me think I just wasn't watching the right stuff, have all been funny. Like they've been harmless, there's actually been a payoff, there's been a punchline, and they've been real pranks where everybody involved ends up laughing. For a while, I feel like he's been used as sort of a standard to kind of counteract the shitty resurgence of pranks we've seen over the last 5 or 6 years, for people to be like, hey, look at this guy, he's still doing funny pranks, he's still successful. You don't have to upload TikToks where you pretend to kill somebody or just ruin a service worker's day. And then out of the blue, this guy uploads an Instagram reel where he is just launching possums into the air and letting them hit the ground. It's unbelievable. It doesn't even really make sense. When I saw this, I was like, there's no way, they've got to be crediting this to the wrong person. But no, this huge YouTuber who has been well respected, I feel like, ever since he's blown up, has decided, you know what, harmless pranks are too easy. Let's just start killing shit. I'm not going to play the entire thing because I don't really want to show it. It'll also probably get this video taken down, but I will show you part of it. Fair warning, I am going to censor it. I'm going to blur it, but you will hear the possum hitting the ground because I feel like you kind of need to. The possum does walk away, but I feel like there is absolutely no chance that it survived for more than a few hours. This is just sick, twisted shit, and I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, so here we are. Again, fair warning, you are probably about to hear an animal receive a fatal injury in the name of an Instagram reel. Skip ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want to.
Oh, what do we got here? A possum?
Okay, so what's going on here? He set up some kind of contraption.
You are going to Mars.
Dude, what? Yeah, look at you. Look at your dead little sociopathic eyes, dude. Did you bait it so it would actually crawl in? Or is this like a prevention measure because possums are fucking with your garden? Look, I'm trying to bring some sense to this. I don't... Oh no.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just muting it because, yeah, he just got launched.
He just walks away.
Are you kidding me?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is just so much wrong with this video that I don't even really know where to start. I guess we can begin with this psychopath's reaction. Seems like he was disappointed that it was
what
able to
the
walk
fuck?
away saying, oh man. Also celebrating how hard it hits the ground. I mean, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I blurred this part out, so I'm gonna throw up a frame on the screen. I'm no physicist, but it appears to me that this slingshot hits a peak of like 25, maybe even 30 feet in the air. I mean, if you compare to the structure and the van in the background, this is pretty fucking high. I would not be surprised at all if this possum got launched like 100 feet in the air. I don't think there.
Okay, 100, I think is a bit much. Okay, August, like, what happened is horrible, but you have to understand how big 100 feet actually is. Mid-York, how's it going? We can't place him under, you know, I do want to know what state Ross Creations lives in, because depending on the state, there are animal cruelty laws, even to wild animals. You can't cause unnecessary harm or suffering to an animal for sport. No, I mean, you know, for hunting and stuff like that, that's something different. But what I'm saying is, like launching a fucking possum on a homemade catapult, definitely I don't think is illegal in probably a good number of states. A cat absolutely would survive that.
There's a single realistic scenario where an animal survives a fall like this. And it's just like, why? Like, what was the thought process behind this? Was this just for Instagram? Because I feel like this is an insanely sadistic thing to set up at all, but for like a 20-second long Instagram reel? It's like, really? Did you want to do this that badly? Does he have a full video for YouTube and this is him just testing the waters to see what people think? I don't know. If you were curious to what people thought about this though, it's probably exactly what you'd expect. About 80 to 90% of the comments I'd say are people saying, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This is not cool. And then the rest are people saying, what do you mean, you soft-handed pussies? You don't like watching animals being mercilessly tortured for Instagram brain rot content? All you snowflakes are too easily offended. This shit is hilarious. You know, the normal kind of bullshit rhetoric we see around stuff like this. This is just one of those things where I don't really understand how anybody can defend. Like, unless you are just willing to admit that you like seeing animals.
Some people are just straight up desensitized, and I mean, like you said, 80 to 90% of people going, what the fuck is wrong with you, is actually a pretty good percentage for how many people on the internet are just depraved sociopathic monsters.
Be hurt for your own entertainment. There's absolutely no defense for this. I've seen some people compare this to pest control, and it's like, really? Are you serious?
Really,
like, first of all, a possum is just not a pest. And that's not really a matter of opinion. They just aren't. They're not overpopulated. They're not going to be harmful to a human. They don't spread disease. They don't really destroy property. They might get into your trash, but that's kind of on you. Pretty much any animal will get into your trash if you leave it out. They benefit the ecosystems that they're in. Like, they aren't pests. There is a difference between an animal that actually poses a threat to you or your property and an animal that you think is just annoying, who you have to deal with because you decided to live out in the country, or you live in a suburb that was built on a plot of land that a lot of animals used to live on that didn't really have a whole lot of say in the matter. But that's not even really the reason that this isn't pest control or shouldn't be considered pest control. This is not pest control because this is launching a possum into the air for a video. In my opinion, and I honestly kind of feel like this would be a weird thing to disagree with, I feel like pest control should be cruelty-free and as humane as possible. Like, personally, I don't really think it's all that justifiable for a person who just wants to have a home garden to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna start killing anything that ever touches my garden because they're touching my tomatoes. Call me soft, but I don't really think people who buy everything from the grocery store anyway should resort to killing an entire family of gophers because they want to grow 14 tomatoes. Like, that's just not really how I operate. Personally, I feel like you should value life a little bit more than that, but that's my opinion on a very nuanced discussion. I'm not going to try to apply that to other people. If you're doing it as humanely as you can, if you're like live trapping them and moving them or killing them as humanely as a killing can be, that's just life. This is not. This is inhumane. This is cruel. This is essentially torturing an animal for no reason. Like, any argument that this is just pest control goes right out the window when this guy literally has a possum crawl into what could easily be a live trap, and instead of just moving it, decides to launch it into the air, making it suffer a long, slow, painful death. That is not pest control. Even if it was an animal that's commonly accepted as a pest, it's still not pest control. It is torturing an animal. And like I said, there is just really no defense for this unless you are willing to admit you just like to watch animals be hurt or killed for fun. And even more so, and I think this honestly makes it worse, If you support this, it seems like you support things that are like socially defenseless being hurt or killed for content, because I can guarantee you if this was a dog instead of a possum, this guy would already be in cuffs and he'd be banned off of every major social media. And that's sort of fucked up, you know? Like, life should not be valued based off how like cute or cuddly an animal is, but it really does seem like that.
Okay, I think we're good. We got it. The coverage, honestly, could have pretty much ended it here. You kind of running on. Pretty fucked up for that dude to do. I hope it's investigated. I hope he faces charges. Let's move on. Apologies, everyone. We are going to move on with, this is a recent story that like I heard about, but I didn't actually get to cover. Our friend NateTheLawyer actually did make a video covering it, and this is called Antonio Brown Loses It, Steals a Gun, Fires Shots, Leads to Dubai. That's so fucking, I just like try not to, okay, hold on, Jesus, I'm trying not to stun lock here. So, Antonio Brown, I believe, is an NFL wide receiver, or at least he was. So without further ado, let's see what in the world happened to this guy to have him steal a gun, fire off shots, and then flee to another country. Pretty good shit.
Well, after nearly 6 months on the run, detectives have found former NFL star Antonio Brown. Brown was wanted for attempted murder after police say he shot at someone during an amateur boxing event.
Flashback. Police say the NFL star attacked a moving company truck driver. Brown left court with his orders. Some 2 years of probation. He'll undergo a psychological evaluation.
So I guess some people are not aware. Here, let me do this for you guys. NateTheLawyer did have his brain surgery. I believe the prognosis was positive. But let me bring this up real quick. He has an hour-long live stream where he has some people on and he kind of goes over everything that happened.
Cool. This one bit.
Is this called right here? It's I survived a massive brain tumor. Healthcare is expensive in the US. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to give it to you guys in this. Here we go. There you go. So for those who want to get caught up on everything that happened, that was streamed like 10 days ago, so it's been a couple weeks, but there you go. And with that being said, though, we're gonna hop right back into this video
now and have to take a lengthy anger management course.
Former Bucks wide receiver Antonio Brown is in trouble again. This time he's been accused of domestic violence.
Antonio Brown accused of sexually assaulting a woman who worked as his trainer.
A lot to unpack in the latest Antonio Brown saga that features not one but 2 lawsuits pending in South Florida from an April incident. You have one attorney who's claiming Brown completely trashed a multi-million-dollar apartment, and then you have another attorney saying that Brown nearly killed a toddler when he was throwing furniture items off of that apartment balcony.
No.
So we're going to talk about this crazy lunatic Antonio Brown, the millionaire who seems to want to spend his life in prison.
All right, let's see what's going on.
This is Antonio Brown. He was considered one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Now, at one point, he led the league in receptions, receiving yards, and one time in touchdowns. He also won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady.
8 catches in the first half for 152 yards for Antonio Brown.
It's going to be harder than it's been in the past. Antonio Brown with his Super Bowl touchdown.
Now, Antonio Brown has had a lot of controversies off the field. Well, let's start when he allegedly was throwing furniture off of his 14th story balcony and almost killed a child.
Here following a developing story involving Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. We've learned that he is facing a lawsuit in Florida. This is a civil suit. TMZ was first to report this overnight.
4 big problems for Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. This time he is accused of going on a violent
furniture smashing rampage at his apartment in Florida, nearly killing a 22-month-old toddler.
The plaintiff accuses Brown of throwing furniture from the 14th story balcony of a Florida apartment building, nearly hitting a toddler. The lawsuit reportedly contends two very large vases, an ottoman, and other pieces of furniture landed just feet away from the 22-month-old child.
Now, there were no charges criminally pressed in that case, but in the next case, he had to plead guilty and go through a psychological exam because he decided to beat up his moving truck driver because he did not want to pay the delivery fee.
It happened back in January in front of Brown's palatial Hollywood home. The driver, trying to drop off furniture, said he was still owed thousands of dollars. Moving company officials tell 7 News Brown had already thrown a rock at the truck. You hear Brown's then-girlfriend on this dashboard camera trying to make the needed payment and calm things down. The man you see in the blue shirt in front of the truck works for the moving company.
Then don't call the police. Come on.
I am.
I'm telling you right now. Look, let me pay you the money right now. Okay. What do you want? I have Chase. Do you have quick pay?
Yes.
And then in the windshield's reflection, moving company officials say that's Antonio Brown in the orange shorts.
Oh yeah, he just rolls up. Oh my god, yeah, oh my god, holy shit.
Stop!
You gonna pay with us?
Stop!
You wanna pay with us?
Stop, man.
Why do you think you gonna pay with us?
Stop.
The driver called 911 as Brown paced in front of the truck.
I need to get his description. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
He's the black guy. His name Antonio Brown, probably a footballist player.
Okay.
NFL player.
The driver told the dispatcher he'd been hit and his shirt torn. Brown's girlfriend and another friend continued to try to turn down the temperature.
Now, it was pretty obvious that Antonio Brown had committed this assault, so he changed his plea from not guilty to no contest. The evidence is clear.
Antonio Brown appears in court, mask and all, formally changing his plea from not guilty to no contest on 3 different charges in a moving truck driver battery case that made national headlines earlier this year.
There are 3 charges, 1 third-degree felony, 1 first-degree misdemeanor, and 1 second-degree misdemeanor.
Brown left court with his orders. Some 2 years of probation. He'll undergo a psychological evaluation now and have to take a lengthy anger management course. The ex-Steelers and Patriots wide receiver from Miami also must do 100 hours of community service.
Then after that, he was arrested for domestic violence.
We begin with a news alert out of Tampa. We have just
learned.
learned
Okay, this guy just left and right. I mean, he is fucking just not. Oh my god, dude. Can you stay out of trouble for half a second? Jesus.
Receiver Antonio Brown is in trouble again. This time he's been accused of domestic violence.
Let's just go into right now what we know about the allegations. This is where the mother of 4 of Brown's children lives. She told officers that Brown had, quote, evicted her, locked her out of her house, and threw some of her belongings into the street. Investigators wrote that he threatened to shoot her if she tried to get back into the home.
Now, and of course, we're talking about domestic violence. They break up and he's arrested for not paying child support.
Details tonight. Majority owner of the Albany Empire, Antonio Brown, has an arrest warrant out by a Florida judge for unpaid child support.
Now, according to court documents, the order was issued in Florida by a Miami-Dade County judge back on April 14th.
For how long?
This comes after Brown had allegedly not made payments that he had been required to make to his ex, Wiltrice Jackson. We have reached out to Brown's team for comment on the situation. We have not heard back.
All right, so it's an understatement to say Antonio Brown has had a lot of problems. Now, we all got to keep it real here. This has been an escalation over many, many years, and he's become more violent, more extreme. And part of it is that he's a millionaire, and when you're a millionaire, you can pay your way out of a lot of these issues. $1 million goes a long way, like the $1 million he paid the moving van guy.
And thank you. Tonight, a big payday for a South Florida truck driver who was attacked by NFL player Antonio Brown.
A judge has ordered Brown to pay more than $1 million for past and future damages, including upcoming surgery.
But in the United States, there are some things you can't just pay your way out of, like attempted murder.
NFL star Antonio Brown is wanted on an attempted murder charge stemming from an incident several weeks ago at a celebrity boxing event.
All right, so let me explain to you exactly what happened. Allegedly. Now, on May 16th, 2025, some videos started appearing online of what seemed to be Antonio Brown in some type of scuffle with a couple of guys.
Well, look, here's the issue with especially like NFL players and stuff like that, professional fighters, hard contact sports and stuff like that. it's not always drugs. Sometimes it's just he got hit too many times in the head, and now he don't work right. So you would honestly have to do, you know, psychological evaluation, drug screening, and really pin down to see if that's the thing. Has he ever heard about the case with the singer? Yes, I have. Are you talking about the singer who had the girl found in the trunk of his Tesla? Yeah, I have heard about that case. Oh, Jesus.
Now, again, allegedly, Antonio Brown is running to confront another man who he's been having issues with online. Here is that gentleman explaining what happened before he was confronted by Antonio Brown.
Okay. I just reminded him of the financial failure that he's been going through. And so he tried to steal off on me, his partners. You can watch the dude with the green hoodie taking off, just getting free shots in while me and AB tussling.
With any witness accounts, you know I like to always back it up with video. So let's look at the video of the struggle.
Oh, shit, what?
Yeah. Jesus. Whoa, okay, yep, okay. Yeah, oh, okay, he's kicking him all down. Yeah, not good.
Now, just for reference, this guy that Antonio Brown kicked is actually security for the event, trying to break up the fight.
God damn. Oh, where is he going? Oh, he tried to run the car to get into it again.
Now, I'm pausing it right here because the
funny.
allegations are when Antonio Brown wrestled the security guard to the floor, he took the security guard's gun. Now, from this angle, you can't see any firearm in Antonio Brown's hand, but there are other videos, like this one.
Oh, no. Oh, no, this just got way worse. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You can't be... Holy shit. Yeah, that's very clearly what that's a pew-pew. That is a pew-pew. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so we've zoomed in on it. Does that look like a firearm?
Oh, that looks like a firearm. And he's gone. Oh, and he's got a gun. And oh my God. No, he took that from the security guard. Guys. He took that from the security guard. The security guard he wrestled to the ground and he kicked. When he got back up and he checked himself, he was missing his fucking gun. He fucking took his gun. So it's more than just he was packing or he was carrying. He literally stole a security guard's gun.
Now, Antonio Brown has a gun, he's chasing this guy, and eventually catches up to this guy. Here's what the victim says happened.
You know what I'm saying? Then he went, got a gun, ran after me. I'm already put outside. He went, got a gun, shot wildfire, and we fight. He shot at me twice. Praise be to Allah, I wasn't hit. They got children out there selling candy, bro. He could have hit one of them kids. He runs into me after he shoot me. We tussling for the gun, fighting for the gun, all over the ground. I get up.
There's police here.
Police out there, bro. We holding on the gun for dear life. We both get up off the ground, and then when I looked up, the police is pointing a gun at us. The sheriff is pointing a gun at us. That's when I throw my hands up. He runs inside, and that's when they run after him.
Oh my God!
And that's why, I just left, and that's why he got detained because all the kids were saying, "AB shooting, AB shooting."
As always, let's go to the videotape.
Okay. Oh yeah. That was.
Now, Antonio Brown went on a live stream and confirmed some of these events.
Yeah, this is the real champ right here. 3-0. Good shit. 3-0, bro. Good show. Where to fight, bro. Young and champion. Nice meeting you. Big heart, bro. Yes, sir. Thank you. I just clapped you up outside. You saw that shit, right? And then right after I saw what happened to you. What happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. We left some blood out there, huh? Huh? Out there, Peter. Just catch up. Nothing. I didn't see. Yeah, catch up. Damn. Yeah, I got CT. I blacked out. I ain't know what happened. Blacked out, dude. I blacked out, Aiden. I know you did. I ain't know what happened. I know. Your eyes, man. Bring it came out. Bring it up, bro. That was your. Hey, it was his security.
Man.
But he. One of them niggas. I don't know, but they was jumping and helping. So, but he was trying.
Why do they always self snitch? Why do they always self-snitch? Chat, I can't read you up there, but what are you guys doing over there? Look, you're right there. What are you saying? What are you saying about my mama?
Because they thought you was getting jumped, so he tried to like pull y'all apart.
Shit, hold on. It had to do it. It just had to do it. There we go. Well, Jesus.
Hey, you kicked him in his shit. He was like, what the fuck? I was trying to help.
You see that shit? He would run through
Okay,
anybody.
so they're
when he was
talking
to
about
play.
it right now.
Shit, I'm just saying, bro. Security not gonna hold AB back, bro.
Kicked him in his shit.
He's a unit.
So with all that being said, police then reviewed the video because 2 shots were fired.
Yes, that was.
And now, after reviewing the
yep,
cell
there it
phone
is.
video and surveillance video, the police came to the conclusion that Brown was the one who fired 2 shots.
Right now, an arrest warrant for former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown. This in connection to a shooting that happened last month during a celebrity boxing event in Miami.
Antonio Brown is a wanted man.
Authorities are now searching for him on an attempted murder charge.
At about 3 o'clock in the morning, May 17th, Miami police respond to 221 Northeast 67th Street. A shots fired call. Police questioned several people but made no arrests. No injuries were reported at the scene. Video posted to social media showed Brown involved in a fight with several people at the boxing event, which was hosted by popular streamer Aiden Ross. He was seen apparently holding a black pistol as he pursued someone. Shots could be heard off camera shortly thereafter. According to the warrant, the man Brown was allegedly after was Zul Kwarneen Kwame Nantambu, who Brown initially fought one-on-one before 2 people jumped in to attack the alleged victim. Police say several security staff members intervened to break up the brawl, and Brown is seen on video grabbing one of the security guards' guns and then chasing after the alleged victim with it. In the warrant, the alleged victim says he got into a verbal altercation with Mr. Brown, which escalated when Mr. Brown punched him in the face. He further stated that as he attempted to defend himself, several additional people began to strike him until security separated all parties. As he was exiting the building, he noticed Mr. Brown began to run towards him with a firearm in his hand. The alleged victim said Mr. Brown proceeded to shoot at him, possibly grazing him in the neck, placing him in fear for his life.
Now, with every angle seemingly caught on video, if it wasn't caught on a cell phone video, it was caught on surveillance video. Antonio Brown then posted a video of himself riding a bike, and he claims to be in Iran.
A little bit after the news broke that he did have this arrest warrant out, he posted some stuff on social media, Mojo. He posted some video here of Antonio himself riding a bicycle. Now, where he is very interesting, Mojo, because not on this video, but on a subsequent post, Antonio Brown tagged Iran.
Miami officials don't consider Brown to be a fugitive because he was on a pre-planned trip to the Middle East before the warrant was issued. So what do you think happened next? Antonio Brown had a scheduled trip. He was out of the country. They said, okay, we're not worried about him coming back. Do you think he came back to face attempted murder charges?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Miami police say while Brown was on the run, he posted videos to social media.
That's former wide receiver Antonio Brown pedaling through the streets of Dubai, posting on social media, getting haircuts in front of a fancy car. Miami police say Brown's post prompted them to send U.S. Marshals to Dubai and bring him back to the States on attempted second-degree murder charges.
He was posting these videos, like trying to make fun of you know, hey, I'm over here, you guys are over there, but the last laugh's on us.
Brown is being held in a New Jersey jail. He's not fighting extradition to Miami.
Now, as you see, Antonio Brown was living it up in Dubai, but the U.S. Marshals came out there and picked him up. Brought him back to the United States.
Of course they did.
He was in Jersey, and now he's being flown back to Miami. So he's facing these attempted murder charges, and I think he's got an uphill battle to prove that he didn't do it because they got him literally with the gun in his hand. So he is probably going to plead out to something because I don't see how he's not found guilty. It seems to be clear as day. But again, that's just my opinion.
No,
What do you guys out there? I think this is pretty open and shut. But tell me where I'm wrong in the comments section because there's going to be somebody that, no, what? He's being prosecuted because of race, his political views, or whatever you want to think. All these videos doesn't.
Oh my gosh, absolutely wild. I had to take a look, and I mean, this was posted only 3 weeks ago, so probably no updates regarding the Antonio Brown's case, but very interesting nonetheless. So, boom, that is another one done. Another one bites the dust. Now, we have another one here. This one is from the Fed Electrician. Posted 4 days ago. Looks pretty goddamn funny. Because it's something called the Watermelon War. America's stupidest international incident. So I'm guessing something happened, and I'm gonna guess it's probably something with an envoy or somebody in South America, maybe as far down as Panama, and something happened. Whether it was with a watermelon vendor or over a piece of watermelon or whatever the fuck, I guarantee you it involved a drunk fucking United States person. Yeah, this is talking about the Watermelon War. I'm gonna go ahead and let the Fat Electrician take it from here, though.
This one's gonna get weird.
Wait, what? Wait.
All right, fair warning. This one's gonna get weird.
Oh, okay, this one's gonna get weird.
Today we're talking about the Watermelon War. That time that America and Panama had an international incident over a slice of watermelon, which
I knew it.
It kind of sounds weird, but historically speaking, it's really not. I mean, Mexico and France almost went to war over a pastry. America and Great Britain almost went to war a third time over a pig on an island off the coast of Canada. And then there was that one time that Honduras and El Salvador almost went to war over soccer. So, I mean, war is weird. And to be fair, while it is called the Watermelon War, it was more of a riot, but it's kind of called the war because it had such a historical impact on the world. It's crazy. Basically what happened was a drunk American got in a fight with a Panamanian street vendor over a single slice of watermelon. Not even a whole watermelon, just one slice of watermelon. And that created a ripple effect through time that resulted with America creating—
I am Melon Lord. Okay, so yeah, this literally, okay, again, involved a drunk U.S. fucking somebody or something or other, and a fucking, Panamanian street dealer over a slice of watermelon? Jesus.
Of watermelon, and that created a ripple effect through time that resulted with America creating the Panama Canal. Okay, I'm gonna say that a little bit slower if you're not picking up what I'm putting down. A drunk American got in an altercation over a slice of watermelon with a Panamanian street vendor, and then it resulted in America cutting the entire—
Devastator, thank you so much for the 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, Elf, don't you have a Discord people need to know about? I mean, I have a Discord people can know about. It's just in my description. There's an invite. Whoa, I was just sent some— wow, okay. Okay, yeah, I have a Discord. Oh, hey, what in the world? That must be some new bot setup. It says, happening now event, and it's actually— it just says breeding visas. Okay, who did that? That wasn't me, mods, somebody fess up. But, yeah, I do have a Discord. You can check the link, below if you want to join. Gabby Zen, how's it going? You know, this doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I know. It really
continent in half. And I'm going to explain everything right after a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Element. Okay, look, we've been through this before. They've already sponsored the channel 10 times. They're going to keep sponsoring the channel, mostly because I keep wanting to work with them because I actually like this shit. Okay, it's a super simple, straightforward product. It's just electrolyte mix, okay? I don't know how it works. Science is involved. It's like Gatorade, except there's no sugar and there's not a bunch of artificial food dye. I don't know why it works. All I know is I drink it once a day. My piss is clear and I don't have headaches. And then if I'm working out, being fat and sweaty, sometimes I'll have 2, maybe even 3 a day, whatever the situation calls for. They just come in these little drink sticks. drinks, throw them in your bag, drink them whenever you need them. It's fantastic. Like I said, they don't have a bunch of sugar like Gatorade and all the other stuff. Despite that, they actually taste good somehow. I really like their lemonade and the raspberry and the chocolate ones. If you mix the chocolate ones with hot water, it's like hot chocolate. It's really good. I'll actually read all the ingredients for you right now. Salt, citric acid, magnesium, potassium, natural flavors, stevia extract, the end, manufactured in the USA. And if you're like super ultra health minded and you don't want the stevia extract, they have a raw version where it just tastes like salt. You mix it with your water and then it tastes like salt water. But hey, your piss is going to be clear and you won't have headaches. You do you. So if you want to give Element a try, head over to drinklmnt.com/thatelectrician. I'll have that link down below and you're going to get a free sample pack with every order. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in the 1840s, and at this point in time, Panama is not a sovereign nation like it is today. 1840s. Panama is owned by basically what amounts to today Colombia, and the two countries together.
Oh, God damn it. Are you seriously? Again, you keep...
that are known as New Granada. And Panama in particular is very important at this point in time as well as today because the Panamanian Isthmus, it's only like 46, 47 miles to cross from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. And it seems counterintuitive, but even though the Panama Canal doesn't exist yet, it's still the fastest way to get from the east coast of the United States of America to the west coast. The reason for that is you have two options if you want to go from like New York to San Francisco, right? You can A, get in a covered wagon, and then you can drive your covered wagon all the way across the United States of America through cowboy country where bandits are trying to rob you, through Indian territory where Native Americans are rolling up on horseback shooting giant fucking toothpicks at you the entire time. And if you make it, the entire voyage takes you like 6 months. Option B, you can go to New York City, hop on a boat, take that down to Panama, walk 47 miles across the Panamanian Isthmus, hop on another boat, take that up to San Francisco, and that voyage is only going to take you 4 to 6 weeks and is way safer. Because of this, pretty much every major superpower in the world...
So this is already... Okay, so Panama's already a thoroughfare for people trying to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific side, even without the canal there. Gotcha. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Wants control of Panama because they control how fast you can get from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean, which is a humongous deal. America's looking at Panama like, how do you guys feel about democracy? The British are looking at Panama like, hey, how would you guys feel about having a king? And the government of New Granada realizes they need to get something figured out. Otherwise, one of these countries is going to invade, go to war with them, and potentially take over Panama. So they decide they're going to team up with one of these world superpowers, and the superpower that they pick is the one that's closest. They're going to team up with America, and they create the Bidlack Treaty in 1846. And what the Bidlack Treaty essentially says is, okay, Panama is its own sovereign nation. We're going to allow you to have your military here. We're going to allow you to transport things across the Panamanian Isthmus. In exchange for us letting you do that for free, you're going to guarantee that Panama remains sovereign. You're not going to invade us. And if anybody else tries to invade us, you're going to come back us up. That's the Bidlack Treaty in a nutshell. And America takes that deal because America's getting everything they want. They don't actually want to own Panama. They just want to be able to transport their shit from left to right, from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
Damn good deal.
And for a while, it works great.
No, damn good deal, let me tell you.
Great. People that want to migrate from the East Coast to the West Coast do it through Panama. And then the main reason they end up using this entire thing is so that they can transport mail. So the U.S. mail that's going from New York to San Francisco actually travels down to Panama. The Postal Service throws it on a donkey, throws it in a canoe, takes it across the Panamanian Isthmus, loads it on another boat, takes it up to the West Coast. But then somebody in California strikes gold, and suddenly the California gold rush starts, and the traffic going through the Panamanian Isthmus to get up to California explodes exponentially. Now there's tens of thousands of people making this voyage so they can go up to California and try their luck at panning for gold. Then somebody gets a bright idea. Hey, we've got thousands of people that want to get transported 40 miles across this Panamanian Isthmus as fast as possible so they can get up to California. If we make it faster for them, we could probably make a lot of money.
So is this where they make the train?
So they start building a railroad. Now, instead of having to trek 47 miles across some donkey path, you're just going to be able to board a train, drive it 47 miles, hop on a boat, you're good to go. So they start building this railroad. They employ a ton of local Panamanians to build the railroad for them, and it's a humongous boost to the Panamanian economy. That's where everybody's making all of their money. It's going great. Then to support the railroad, there's all kinds of other businesses coming in. They're throwing up hotels, they're throwing up bars, they're throwing up casinos, so people have stuff to do in that area while they're waiting to board the train, or once they get off the train, they can buy more supplies, whatever the case is. So they're throwing up a bunch of businesses as well. And fairly quickly, it's like this little tiny America inside of Panama. There's all these different businesses. You've got all these travelers coming through, spending money. It's an economic powerhouse. But we all know the saying, more money, more problems. I'm pretty sure Gandhi said that, but regardless, because of all this new money coming in, people and organized crime come in to take advantage of it, and there's a bunch of Panamanian bandits that are robbing people and disrupting the construction of this new railroad, so that pisses off the railroad company. So the railroad company hires a guy to solve the problem, a guy by the name of Randolph Runnels.
I would say, like, the last person, more so than even governments, I would say, the last people that you would want to piss off is somebody who owns a railroad company. I'm not kidding. During the 1800s, those motherfuckers could kill you in cold blood and never see justice about it. You do not want to piss off. I mean, freaking look at freaking Red Dead Redemption 2. Leviticus Cornwall, right? He's got his railroad, he's got his freaking oil company. These type of old school robber barons, you did not want to fuck with.
Who was a Texas Ranger up until this point. Just for the record, everybody thinks a Texas Ranger is like some weird state of Texas version of like the FBI, which today it kind of is. But back in the day, the Texas Rangers were basically Green Berets. These were special forces dudes that were going out into the wilderness and fighting off Native American tribes using guerrilla warfare tactics. These were not the guys that you wanted to fuck with back in the day.
You come to the wrong place.
Yeah, no, a Texas Ranger.
That's right, old man. Watch those fancy shoes. It's a real mess, you get it point blank, but I'm happy to do it for you.
So Randolph Runnels and his boys come in and they start capturing and killing all of the bandits. So much so that the locals end up referring to him as El Verdugo, the hangman, and everybody's absolutely terrified of him. He's notorious. And that pretty much puts a kibosh to all of the bandits. And then the railroad gets finished and all of the local Panamanians that were building the railroad get laid off and basically get told, okay, thanks for building our shit, now fuck off. So now the railroad's making a ton of money. All these local businesses supporting the railroad that are also owned by Americans, bars, saloons, the whole 9 yards, they're all raking in a bunch of money as well. And the Panamanian locals have just kind of been kicked to the curb. There's like this little America that they're no longer allowed in. They can't afford the property there. They can't live near it. They're no longer reaping any economic benefits of it. And because of this, there's a lot of resentment from the locals towards this new American business, which, to be fair, completely understandable. They built the fucking railroad and now they're not benefiting from it at all. And to be fair, I have no historical evidence to back this next part up. This is me assuming a couple of things, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that the Americans that were coming through and traveling weren't super respectful of the local Panamanians, because you got to realize the Americans that are coming, these are all people that are like, okay, we have like cobblestone streets and streetlights in a modern society in New York City. I'm going to risk all of that. I'm going to move out to the wilderness in California and risk my entire existence on my ability to dig up a shiny fucking rock. Okay, these are not risk adverse people. These are people that are willing to gamble at all. So I'm assuming when they show up, they're not being respectful of the local population, and I would assume that makes it 10 times worse. Okay, I don't like it when people come into my small town and increase the wait time at the local restaurant. I definitely don't like it when they're being drunk assholes about it the entire time. That's just common sense. So that's what's going on in the background leading up to the Watermelon War. Then on April 15th, 1856, a bunch of Americans get in from the boat. They're waiting on the train to come pick them up. They've got a layover. One of these Americans is named John Oliver. Here's an artist rendition of what I believe he looked like. And John Oliver, like...
Hey, wait, no, no. See, that's not cool.
...is named John Oliver. Here's an...
You gotta be kidding me. So, for those who don't know, that is a picture of Brandon Herrera, aka the AK guy. We've watched, we tried to watch a couple of his videos before, but, you know, guns and YouTube. But yeah, fat electrician just casually defaming Brandon Herrera. Hey, what's that a picture? It is. It's a picture of Brandon freaking Herrera. Oh my god, oh, that's a good one. That's actually, that Brandon, everyone's like, yep. Yeah, it's Brandon.
artist rendition of what I believe he looked like. And John Oliver, like most Americans, determines, okay, I gotta sit here for a couple of hours waiting on this train to come pick me up. I'm going to the bar so I can get hammered. So him and his boys go out to the bar, they start drinking, they get absolutely obliterated, and it just turns into the movie The Hangover. They start bar hopping from bar to bar, and as they keep hopping from bar to bar, they keep getting further and further away from the train station, and the further away from the train station you go, the more and more it starts to look less like America and more like Panama.
We don't have no beer.
Yeah.
Just tequila.
What's tequila?
Yeah, it's like beer.
If it's like beer, we'll have some. 3 tequilas.
Oh my God.
Now, somewhere along the line, they cross paths with a Panamanian street vendor that's selling slices of watermelon by the name of Jose Luna. And depending on which source you want to read, there's two different versions of what happens next. Version number 1 is that John Oliver is being a drunk asshole. He walks up, grabs a slice of watermelon from Jose's cart, just starts eating it, and refuses to pay. Version number 2 of the story is that Jose Luna kind of does the tourist trap thing where the local street vendor comes up and like makes it seem like he's giving you a gift for free, and then after you put it on or you start eating it, he then expects you to pay him. Regardless of which version of that story it was, the fact of the matter is Jose Luna now believes that John Oliver owes him a dime for this slice of watermelon, and a dime for a slice of watermelon at this point in time is an outrageous sum of money.
That is insane.
There it is. It's beautiful.
Take your hat off, boy.
That's a $1 bill.
So they get into an altercation over this watermelon. They're arguing back and forth. And finally, one of John Oliver's buddies, whose name has been lost to time, but here's an artist rendition of him, he decides that he's had enough of hearing about this. He'll just pay for the watermelon. So, like in a...
No, God damn it. It's Brandon again. But it's also, what's it? Is that, who is this one? Is that Donut Operator? Or, there's a few of them out there. I'm trying to... Why do you keep doing this? Yeah, okay, it is Donut. Okay, I was right. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Of him, he decides that he's had enough of hearing about this, he'll just pay for the watermelon. So, like an adult trying to de-escalate the situation, he pulls a dime out of his pocket and then overhands it at Jose's face, hits him right in the forehead. At this point, Jose, pissed off, pulls out a knife, to which John Oliver, being the American in the situation, does what Americans do and pulls out a gun. So now we've got a standoff, okay? Things are tense. Everything is frozen. We've got a knife, we've got a gun. They're standing there. Everything's going fine. Everything's going great. This is the point where everybody's like, okay, you got your dime. We're gonna leave. We're clearly the assholes here. Everybody can just go about their merry way. But then one of Jose Luna's buddies, whose name also has been lost to time, so we're just gonna go ahead and call him Hose B. Hose B jumps in and tries to grapple the gun away from John Oliver, and during this altercation, the gun goes off and shoots an innocent bystander.
Oh shit.
You mother...
And that's it. It's done. This is the match that lit the powder keg. We've got like a decade of racial tensions between the locals and the Americans, and an American, whether he did it intentionally or not, just shot a Panamanian, and within a minute, the entire thing just devolves into a massive riot. Panamanians are coming out of everywhere with clubs and rocks and sticks and knives and machetes and whatever else they have, and just start...
Sorry, hold on. I have a clip for this. I actually have a clip for this. Hold on, this is such a good clip. You guys are gonna love it, hold on. Okay, let me see here. It's... oh yeah, now I remember... oh, come on. Do they not have it? Come on. You can't tell me you don't have it. Yeah, here we go.
beating the shit out of the Americans.
Oh,
and the riot
man.
just keeps growing and growing and growing, and eventually they're in the American part of town. They're looting and destroying all of the American businesses, the bars, the hotels, all of it. They're destroying and stealing absolutely everything. The Americans don't know what to do, so they all fall back to the train station. They barricade themselves inside, and they're sending out telegrams asking for help, and those get cut short because the Panamanians start ripping down the telegram lines. They rip up one of these phone poles and start using it as a battering ram, trying to get inside the train station. They're gonna kill absolutely everybody. Then the Panamanian cops show up. The Panamanian cops are kind of like this middle ground of like, they're Panamanian. They're probably also very frustrated with America being drunk assholes inside their country all the time, but also they're working for the city. The city understands that that's bringing in a ton of money, so they kind of have a vested interest in just squashing the entire riot. They're not really gunning for the Americans like everybody else. Yet. As the Panamanian police are trying to break up this riot, one of the Americans from inside the train station shoots out the window and shoots one of the Panamanian cops, at which point the Panamanian cops are like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no! So now the cops are on Team Riot, and just as it's starting to look like they're gonna break into this train station and it's gonna be a massacre, a train pulls up. Okay, it wasn't there. Don't know exactly what went down, but in my head, I imagine this train slowly rolling up and coming to a stop, and before the doors open, the whole mob has just like stopped, and they're now looking at this train like, Americans just showed up, we're gonna beat their fucking ass. And then the train doors open, and out walks El Verdugo. Fucking Randolph Reynolds and all of his Texas Ranger buddies walk out with guns, aim them at the mob, and Randolph Reynolds says, drop your weapons, at which point the Panamanians drop their machetes, their sticks, their rocks, their clubs, whatever they got, and they just fucking run. They're already scared shitless of this guy. He's a living, notorious legend. They take off. The riot is over. The smoke clears. 18 Americans have been killed. 2 Panamanians have been killed. A bunch of American businesses are destroyed. They were ripping up the railroad tracks. They ripped down all the telegram lines. It's a complete disaster. But it's not over yet because the American government hears about what happened, and they have the typical American government knee-jerk reaction, and they send in the Marine Corps.
Yes! That's awesome.
The Marines land in Panama 3 days after the watermelon riot, which is outrageously fast considering how long it takes for any communication in the 1840s. So the Marine Corps gets there, nothing really happens, they never fire a shot. Basically, the entire thing is over by this point in time. However, now the government of New Granada is pissed off that America just sent its military into their country. Like, that's an act of war. This is kind of a big deal. So the government of New Granada is like, you can't have your military in our country, to which America pulls the Uno reverse card, and they're like, actually we can. We've got the Treaty of Bidlack that says we can have our military here to secure our own affairs, which is exactly what we're doing. To which the government of New Granada is kind of like, shit, they got a point. Okay, fine. The military can be here, do whatever you gotta do, and then get out. America, in typical American fashion, then doubles down and is like, by the way, whether it's our fault or not, whether we started this fight over a slice of watermelon, you guys destroyed a bunch of our stuff, the New Granada government is gonna pay for it. They fold, they agree to pay America $400,000, which is a ridiculous amount of money at this point in time as a settlement between the two. And then America triples down and uses this as an excuse to create American military bases on the islands right off the coast of Panama.
See, this,
So now America has military bases right off the coast of Panama, and they have the diplomatic justification to be able to use their military anytime anything is going on the Panamanian Isthmus that they don't like, which they end up using and deploying the Marines like 15 more times over the course of the next 5 decades. So now we're in the early 1900s, 1903, America's got a president by the name of Teddy Roosevelt.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
And Teddy Roosevelt decides he wants to build the Panama Canal. He wants to be able to drive his boats right through Panama to go from the Atlantic to the Pacific and vice versa, and that's what he wants. So he goes to the Colombian government. The New Granada government has been renamed to the Colombian government somewhere within the past 50 years. It's the Colombian government now. Doesn't matter. So he goes to the Colombian government and asks for a treaty so he can build the Panama Canal, and the Colombian government refuses.
No.
Which is a bold strategy.
Still, for those who don't know, we've been actually watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, on another site. If you know, you know, but it's really funny that he used the whole fucking scene there. Oh no, you don't say no to me.
Considering that Teddy Roosevelt's most famous quote is, "Speak softly, but carry a big stick," which is literally a reference to you should always use diplomacy first, and if diplomacy doesn't work, you should use force. And at this point in time, a lot of the Panamanians were really upset with the Colombian government because Greater Colombia kind of treats Panama like a backwater. They're not investing in infrastructure. They're not really treating them as an equal part of the country. So there was a lot of resentment built up there. So Teddy Roosevelt goes in and is like, basically, hey, look, if you guys have a revolution, America's going to back you, which is kind of the nudge they needed.
Oh, no.
So they start a revolution trying to get their own independence
And
from
there it
Colombia.
is.
And Teddy Roosevelt sends the American Navy and gunships to block Colombia from sending any reinforcements. Because of this, Colombia doesn't even really try to stop the revolution. They're not able to send their military in there, and the entire revolution is relatively bloodless and nonviolent. And Panama becomes its own sovereign nation, and you're never going to believe this, but the new Panamanian government is willing to sign a treaty to let America construct the Panama Canal.
Of course they are.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, what
And
are
there
the
you
odds
have
of
it.
that?
That is the story of how some dude found gold in California,
That
which
is
led to
wild.
an American getting drunk in Panama, getting in a fight over a slice of watermelon, which led to Teddy Roosevelt cutting an entire continent in half. The more you know, I guess. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe pick up some Echelon Energy, go check out Pepperbox. Links for all of those are over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Very nice. All right, well there you go. That's how the watermelon war went down. All right, let's see here. Exit out of this. And we have, you know what? We are going to go ahead and skip this one. Maybe set that one up for next one. And we're actually going to wind things down with a daily dose of internet.
Hello everyone, this is your
Here we
daily
go.
dose of internet. This might be the first person in the world to ever kickflip a Roomba.
Yo. Wow.
This teacher and student were trying to record something when this happened.
And that's how you do long division with no remainder. Bye.
Oh, hello.
This boat was going way too fast and in no wake zone.
Frickin'. Oh no, that kayak is fucked. He's gonna flip. There it is.
So what exactly is this guy training for?
Back. Spear hand training. My fingertips sound like wood now. What in the
This guy
fuck?
made a super realistic lightsaber.
Yeah? Was it? Holy crap.
Okay. I swing noises.
No way.
Her
it
dog
just
was
goes
waiting for a
down.
moment that she would leave. This volcano in Hawaii erupted and started producing tornadoes.
Yo, that's a volcano though. A volcano. Meteoric.
pulled along
Weather.
in the volcano.
I have never seen someone so
weather.
greedy before.
Oh, look at this. It's a capybara. So, Jesus, dude, calm down. Yeah? Dude, you need to relax. Dude.
This family invited this
What
Amazon
the
delivery guy into their house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's nice. Look at him. He's absolutely
So why
flowery.
does
He's like,
sandblasting
look
a
at all this
watermelon
food.
look so terrifying?
Sandblasting a watermelon. No! Yeah, that's, oh my god. That thing's gone. You guys good? Oh.
Oh god, Frank!
Careful.
Oh my god! Oh my
Jesus.
god! Frank, come!
Their dog was super helpful for mailing out letters.
That was the watermelon war. Yeah, just let him lick it. There you go. Easy, easy, easy.
Go get it! It's gone. Go get. Oh.
These passengers got delayed for a few hours, so one of the passengers bought a bunch of pizzas to get delivered on the plane.
The pizzas came.
Yo! That's awesome. That is awesome.
Someone wasn't happy that these workers were in their house.
Yo, who's that? Oh my cunt cat! Boat diving, this is a spearfishing video. Oh wow, that was really
These
cool.
things are absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, that'd be an ostrich. Yeah, don't, oh, you gotta get hit.
Oui. This apartment complex hired a cleaning company that uses drones to clean their windows.
What is that?
What in the hell?
What is that, pretzel? Am I about to get shot?
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, I gotta go back! The fact that he hits the window with such force, Jesus Christ!
Oh. Am I about to get shot?
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, please.
Well, that was, oh my god.
Get to another level.
Large cat behavior, eat him, eat him, eat his tail.
Don't chew on his tail, Holly. Holly.
Apparently he was the last thing holding his whole house together.
Oh, that's way too much weight. Oh, that's gonna collapse. Yep, there it goes.
This kangaroo decided to fight back.
Oh no, it's gonna fucking turn around and... Yeah, here it comes. What is that?
Scientists just discovered a new species of gecko that loves the bark. This cat was absolutely terrified, but was still brave enough to stand up for itself.
Poor guy.
This little guy found the perfect spot to relax.
What are you freaking raccoons? Snuffy, is that you? Okay, you're cooking an egg. Yo, triple
These
yolk?
delivery drivers had to stop to play some hoops.
Oh, that's kind of cute. I love doing that to my cat. It's so
They
free
turned the
cat.
entire backyard into an ice park.
Hey yo! Holy crap! Okay, that kind of looks fun. Not gonna lie.
For some reason, these cans of cranberry sauce only have water inside.
God, Mike. Look.
What in the world?
No, are you videoing this?
Yes. Full of water.
It's
Both
just
of them
water.
empty.
Oh my gosh.
Now they derail a train. What in the world? Yo, what? He killed. 190.
You ever want to know how thick ice is? Just stand on it. It's actually thick.
That's not a good idea. Oh no.
Your water's
Yeah, you. Oh, hey. Oh, that looks like a lot of fun. That looks like a lot of fun. Jesus, dude, you're everywhere.
That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very soon.
Very nice.
Later.
Later. No offense, guy. No. Oh, no, don't look at that. Alright, thank you very much for spending the last couple hours with me reacting to content. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell as hard as you possibly can. And we will, of course, see you guys on the next one. Let me go ahead and figure out who we're gonna raid into, though, real quick. Add a redirect. Search from under channels. We have upcoming. We have Doki. We have Ponko, and we have you know what? They rated me on Kicknut too long ago. I'm gonna rate them back on YouTube. All right, there we go. And then let's set up our parting clips, shall we? You know what? Here, let's show Philly and dodging the biggest freaking loss in history. Ready?
Billy, do you think a lot of your chatters know the lore between you and I?
Like what kind of lore?
How we met?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think they know the lore about, like, you on the date with me?
You are such a rage baiter. That's crazy.
What? Go ahead, say it. It's the truth. Don't be afraid of your past. That's
I'll
my
say
job.
it like this, okay? I met Mizkiff because when I first started streaming, there was a guy who named Rafflegator. He would do date shows. I went on there. Instead of winning, Mizkiff kicked me off the show because I started talking to his friend more than him.
Just think what you could have been if you didn't do that.
I'm getting major Diddy vibes. I can't lie.
Just think, if you just didn't talk to Lakar, you could have been with me all these years.
Jesus Christ.
And you would have been canceled right by my side.
What the frick is happening, man? It's all good, dude.
You were in love with me. Just admit it. Just tell the truth.
Am I in danger? Am I free to leave?